Good morning. Welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. Show versus tell? Help your kids improve their SAT performance with a new online prep site guaranteed to help boost those scores. Also, think about your future. Strengthen your finances by saving money online. And if you're in the middle of a big turning point in life, a change in career, a new relationship, you definitely want to stick around. ExpertLink.com is here to give us advice. This and more coming up next on The Balancing Act. One of our most important jobs as moms is to make sure our kids feel confident in their academic achievements. I remember one of the toughest challenges for me was taking that SAT as a teenager. Now, teens today are lucky, though, because they've got some new tools to help them feel good about the big test and do their best. Here to share a terrific new idea on this topic are Shellshite and Eric Barnes, co-founders of ePrep.com. ePrep, right?
That's
right.
Now,
what is it?
ePrep is an online video-based test study program that connects students directly with experts through online video.
Great. And how did you get into creating this program and why?
Well, Eric and I connected at a college reunion about 15 years after college. We conceived of ePrep, and what we decided to do back then was try to completely redefine the test prep industry, and I think we've succeeded. So ePrep is really a lot different than what's out there right now.
And we should say, you know a lot about getting into colleges. You're both Princeton graduates yourself. You're graduates of a few other institutions too, huh?
I have a degree from Princeton, a master's degree in education, and a law degree from the University of Pennsylvania.
And with all this knowledge and a law practice that you had, you decided to go back to tutoring. Why?
I really just wanted to follow my heart. I felt like I was a really good attorney, but my heart wasn't in it. And so my passion in life is really in teaching kids and helping them not only score high on the SAT, but truly prepare for college. And that's one of the things that I think distinguishes ePrep. We're not just trying to teach kids how to game the test or, learn strategies on guessing. We're trying to teach them the basic skills that they're going to need to succeed in college and life beyond.
So as a tutor, I understand you became so busy that you had to find a way to spread your techniques and your knowledge to everybody, right?
I did. When I left my law job, I left on very good terms, and I took a big chance. I decided to just rely on, and I'm the sole provider in our house, on tutoring kids. But before I knew it, I had gotten so busy that I literally could not squeeze another kid into my week. And so luckily, I found Eric at the reunion under a beer tent late one night, and we came up with ePrep, and it allows me to scale myself and everything that I know, all of my 20 years of experience in tutoring, and get it to kids around the world in the comfort of their own homes.
There are many things different about ePrep, namely the online video, so kids can learn visually and experientially, but also that they don't take the tests online. You actually mail real test booklets that simulate a true SAT. Is that correct?
That's right. So, ePrep is really, it's an online course, but that's kind of a misstatement. We're sort of a hybrid. We strongly believe that students should simulate the real test day conditions. And when you take the SAT, you go into a classroom on Saturday morning, and the proctor says, open your booklet, begin with a pencil. Having that experience is so critical. So what we do then is we use the online medium. Once you take the test, you go online, enter your answers, and then we have over 1,500 detailed video explanations on every test question.
To show where your gaps are. You just need to learn where your gaps are.
That's right.
That's great.
We show them how to solve it.
How do people learn more about ePrep?
Just go to ePrep.com. And they can register for a course, and we ship the test products, and then they're online right away.
I have a fourth grader, but I think I'm going to order it by next year. Thank you so much, Carl and Eric, for being here. Well, it's pink, but it is not pretty. It's called bacterial conjunctivitis, also known as pink eye, and almost 3 million school days a year are lost due to this condition. Prevention and a good treatment option coming up next on The Balancing Act. Don't go away.
Did you know that almost 3 million school days are lost because of pink eye? You've probably heard of this condition, which is medically known as bacterial conjunctivitis. It's an inflammation or infection of the eye that can be very contagious, especially in children. Unfortunately, treating pink eye can be challenging because children don't normally like to sit still for eye drops. Up next, we're going to talk about the latest treatment option available for this condition. And with me now is Dr. Terrence O'Brien. Doctor, welcome. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Now, what causes bacterial conjunctivitis?
Well, bacterial conjunctivitis is an acute inflammation of the lining of the eye called the conjunctiva that is typically caused by one or more common bacteria that may also cause other infections of the eye. There are certain times of the year, especially during and right after cold and flu season, where these infections may become rampant and widespread in the community.
Okay, for people listening, how do they know if they have pink eye?
Well, it's certainly not pleasant if you should contract pink eye because you often will awaken with a crusted, matted lid that is shut closed with a gooey discharge. There may be material that's crusted along the eyelids and lashes. It may be difficult to open the eye upon awakening, and you may have some variable burning symptoms, also irritation, a foreign body sensation, sometimes even some sensitivity to light.
Okay, and does it spread easily?
Yes, absolutely. One of the fears is that this can be spread rapidly, not only from patient to patient, but from eye to eye and to members of an individual's family, especially if there's sharing of towels or materials that are jointly used by family members.
Okay, and rubbing our eyes is not good either, right?
No, yes, you should avoid rubbing the eye because that's a very effective way to spread the bacteria from hand to eye contact.
Okay, so what's the best way to treat pink eye quickly?
Well, first, see your eye doctor to make certain that the diagnosis of acute bacterial conjunctivitis is correct. And once your doctor has made that diagnosis, a prescription eye drop such as Azacite or azithromycin 1%, which is available via prescription, can be applied. The nice thing about this preparation is that fewer drops are required for the full treatment course. Just one drop twice a day for 2 days, then once a day for 5 days. So a total of just 9 drops, whereas other commonly administered antibiotics would require up to 21 drops or more. And for a busy household, especially when prescribing this to children,
Right.
where each drop may be a battle to get the drop to the site of activity, this is a major improvement in compliance and also much easier to balance the eye drop prescription regimen.
Well, thank you, and to find this product, where do we go?
Well, to your eye doctor where it's available via prescription. But also, if you want more information about this particular active ingredient, go to azacite.com where you will see the full prescribing information available.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
Azacite 1% is indicated for the treatment of bacterial conjunctivitis in adults and children 1 year of age and older, for use as an eye drop only. Azacite is not for everyone. The most common side effect of Azacite is eye irritation. Other side effects are burning, stinging, irritation upon installation, skin irritation, corneal erosion, dry eye, decrease in sense of taste, nasal congestion, eye discharge, inflammation of the cornea, and sinus inflammation. Ask your doctor if Azacite is right for you.
Money isn't everything, but financial security is a high priority for most women. Yet month after month, many women are depositing their paychecks directly into old-fashioned checking accounts, and, well, you know what happens once it's there. It just gets spent. You pay your bills every month, maybe even through automatically scheduled payments, but the rest of it seems to vanish on impulse buys. I know about those shoes. I suffer too. And, of course, expensive morning coffees. Well, we all have good intentions, but we may never get around to transferring any extra cash into our savings, where it could really do some good for our future. I'm joined today by Rajiv, Jhuri, president of First National Bank of Omaha, and he's here with Nakamura, senior vice president of e-business. Now, what is the biggest problem women have when they're managing their money?
Well, savings. They spend all the money that they get. I invite all women to save something every month, every week, however small, even if it's 20 bucks a week. It all adds up. Put it in an online savings account which pays the highest interest in the nation, almost 8 to 9 times the national average. Link that to a bill payment account, which also pays interest. Use that to make payments to the regular mortgages, autos, whatever it is. And then when they use a credit card, while spending money, once again save some money by getting cash back, which goes into the interest-paying savings account.
Okay, so First National Bank is providing some very high-tech tools for women to, just by their banking options, be able to keep more of their money. So what your suggestion is, we take our paychecks, get it right way online into a savings account online. Take the portion that we need to pay the bills, just click and drag that over into our bill-paying account. Use a credit card that gives us cash back. So we're not only making high interest on the savings account, a different interest rate on the bill paying, but we're also making money on the credit card, Robin. Is this true?
Yes, it's very convenient, all in one place, through your fingertips, FNBO Direct. And I think, you know, women should look at, of all the mothers, 70% are working today. And of that 70%, 56% have babies. So time is a real challenge for them, and they need that convenience to pay their bills just in time. They can schedule as a recurring payment. It's a great, convenient tool for them to manage their money and save.
Your bank have really been leaders in helping women become very astute financially. At the beginning in 1913, you started marketing to women?
That's correct. Long before it was popular for women to bank, we created a division just for women, served by women and for women to do their banking.
The First National Bank of Omaha had a ladies' bank. I love that. Okay, so now, jump forward almost 100 years later, you've moved into the next millennium, and you're teaching women how they can make money with their bank if they're using the right high-tech tools. Is that correct?
That's correct. They just log on to www.fnbodirect.com, set up an account, set up a bill pay account, and also get a credit card. And they're on their way to saving money. If they just save a little here and there, it'll add up to quite a bit over time.
Well, with very little time left, what do you say to people who are still nervous about the safety of online banking?
Well, our process is safe and secure every step of the way. We're FDIC insured, and Bankrate.com, which is a well-respected financial resource, gives us 4 stars out of 5. And that's only one other bank is rated higher than our bank.
Well, that's wonderful news and good news for women. Thank you both of you for being here. So it's First National Bank of Omaha, helping us save money. Now stop buying those shoes and we'd do so much better.
Hi, I'm Kim Alexis. Dogs have long been thought of as man's best friend. And as any dog owner knows, there's a good reason for this. They can be loving, devoted, and fun for the whole family. But can you guess what the #1 cause of death for dogs is? It's not trauma or disease. It's euthanasia brought on by behavior problems. And it doesn't have to be that way. Let's welcome dog behavior therapist Liam Crow and his buddy Nikki. Hi.
G'day, Kim.
Hello, Nikki. So tell me a little bit about your BarkBusters.
Well, BarkBusters is the world's largest dog training company. We're in 42 states. We have over 250 trainers out there. We come to your home. We're there for about 2 to 3 hours, and we guarantee our work for the life of the dog. So that after that one visit, we've got your dog trained.
In 2 to 3 hours,
Yes.
you train a dog?
Yes. We train you to train the dog. That's the important
We're
part.
trained?
Yes.
Okay.
We teach you to speak dog.
Why? So you're saying that the dog doesn't need training, it's how we're handling it?
Pretty much. I mean, we tend to, being humans by nature, we tend to treat the dog like they're part of the family, and the dog really doesn't understand that. So we teach you to communicate in a way that he really understands, which is primarily body language and voice tone.
So let's say you come into my house.
Yes.
Go through step by step.
Okay, so we would come in, we would sit down with the family, we would look at the pack dynamic of the family, figure out who the leader is, whether it's the dog or whether it's the owners or whether it's the children sometimes, believe it or not.
Really?
And then we would show you how to communicate with him in a way that he understands. It's very effective.
All right, now I have a dog, Mocha, and I would love if Nikki here can, is Nikki going to get up and be able to show us something?
I think he is, yes, I think he is. So you'd like to
I would love to have a
see
demonstration.
a demonstration?
Yes.
That would be perfect.
I want to see you at work.
All right, come on, Nikki. Good boy. What I'm doing now is really just what we call attentiveness training. It's teaching Nikki to be attentive to me, and so it's just changing direction ever so slightly, and it's getting him to focus on me, although he wants to focus on the chair right now. Nikki, come. Good boy. Nikki, sit. Good boy, stay. That growl is really communicating on his terms. Dogs growl. They don't say, no, stop it, bad dog. They growl. They use a guttural tone. That's what I'm mimicking there. And then the good boy, that nice sweet voice that I'm using, tells him he's doing the right thing.
Okay.
Now I'm going to try and distract him here.
Good boy, stay. You'll notice I came up to full height there. That just asserts that authority in a passive way that's not going to cause him any harm. Good boy.
Are you looking in his eyes? Does that mean anything?
You know, I'm looking in his eyes primarily not to stare at him, but I'm also looking at his body language to get a cue. If he's about to move his foot, then I can correct that as well.
Okay.
And it's all about timing, so he understands when he's doing the right thing and when he's doing the wrong thing. We're trying to give him that constant feedback. It's really important that he goes, oh, I understand I'm doing the wrong thing now, but I really want to please you and do the right thing, and that's that praise.
And they all want to please us?
Absolutely. They want nothing more than to please us. Yes, guaranteed. Free,
man's best friend, for
good
sure.
Boy, and just using that nice light tone, lots of love and pets when he does the right thing. He's good boy.
Now,
He's
free
relaxing.
for him, he just because it was body language and the tone
That's
of voice,
exactly
not
right.
the word itself?
That's exactly right. We use the word free because it's not often used nowadays.
Okay, now we're running out of time. How can people find out about your BarkBusters?
Okay, go to our website, BarkBusters.com. You can learn about the franchise opportunity there, find out if there's a trainer in your territory. We have free tips on the website. There's a behavioural rating quiz. You can rate your dog's behaviour on there for free as well.
Oh, it's A, B, or C, huh?
Exactly, you got it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Have you ever wondered if you've made the right choice when you make a major change in your life? If you're a woman who lacks the confidence in making those tough decisions or just needs another advisor, you'll be very interested in checking out our next guest. Psychic Source has been around since 1989, advising and counseling people by phone on lifestyle subjects such as relationships, careers, and finance. Here to tell us more is Marianne Feidler, Director of Brand and Marketing Management, and Moira O'Dowd, Psychic Source Advisor. That's a good title. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Hi.
So what is Psychic Source?
It is a telephone service of 140 advisors who are helping women by phone every day make choices and decisions about careers, about finance, about relationships. And sometimes we're looking for affirmation of the decisions we're trying to make, a little advice and counsel. So women are using Psychic Source to help them through that.
Interesting. Now, you have 140 advisors around the country. How do you screen them? What are their credentials? How can we trust them?
Well, we put them through a very rigorous screening process. Certainly, the first step in any process is the old job application, and that is screened by our service delivery department. We have a wonderful team of people in Philadelphia who screen all the potential applicants, and our advisors are put through a number of readings, certainly 3, sometimes 4. They do an interview with service delivery. They give a reading to someone else that works for the organization. They are then screened by one of our top advisors on the line, most often Moira. And we're also starting to introduce a process where they're interviewed by some of our top customers. We have a customer advisory panel that helps us make decisions about the men and women who we're introducing as advisors on the service. They help us make decisions about features we're introducing to psychicsource.com so that we're sure we're doing the best thing for our customers and really meeting their needs. At the end of the day, that's what.
Do you offer any customer guarantees?
We do. We guarantee every reading you have with one of our advisors, and it's very much a no questions asked policy. If for any reason you're unhappy with your interaction with the advisor, we will either refund your money or we'll give you the opportunity to connect with another advisor. It's really your choice.
And how does Psychic Source provide value to the customer?
Women sometimes want to talk about subjects that are a bit uncomfortable, that they're not sure about, and having a conversation with a Psychic Source advisor is done by phone. It's a safe environment for these women to talk to someone about questions that they have or decisions that they're making. Sometimes often things that they may not want to share with someone else. Our mothers, our friends, our husbands are not always the most objective people in our lives because
really?
But your Psychic Source advisor is, I assure you of that.
No vested interest in how you make that decision.
Right. It gives you a great, safe, confidential, anonymous way to speak with someone and get good advice and good direction.
Your advisors have various gifts. Tell me about the different specialties.
We have various gifts, various tools that they use, but I love the 3 clairs: clairvoyant, clairaudient, and clairsentient. Clairvoyance is the ability to see. Clairaudient is the clear hearing. We're all clairsentient, that ability to simply know, that gut feeling that you can trust.
Yes, that we should not ignore, right?
Our psychics have been working very hard to hone these gifts, and they can work very easily over the phone. with a client.
And you have astrology, because you're an
We have
astrologist.
astrologers, we have rune card readers, and people who are practiced in the ancient art of the tarot.
And even pet psychics, I
I
understand.
have used the pet psychics
You
myself.
have?
I have
So you
indeed.
you know what your dog is thinking?
I did in fact think I know, and now I do know.
You thought you knew, now you know.
Now I know, definitely.
So how do people find out more?
Certainly, the easiest way would be to go to psychicsource.com. You can find out all the information about the more than 140 advisors that are on the service, their specialties, bio about them. You can learn about a history of psychic readings. You can learn about all of the specialties, some of which Moira had touched on, how it works. So psychicsource.com would be a great tool to use.
There are many fun and free things on psychicsource.com.
Absolutely, there are.
Fun and free things, too.
And Moira does our weekly horoscope, so you can go to psychicsource.com and read
Every
your weekly
week
horoscope
and get a
from
free
Moira.
horoscope from
Absolutely.
you? I love it. Moira, Marianne, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy.
Psychicsource.com.
Thank you.
If you have a story idea that would help other women add balance to their daily lives, you can email it to us at comments@thebalancingAct.com.